Good evening, everybody. Lundlubber here, and today we're bringing you a special occasion. We have the first Great Vault of the War Within Season 3. So this time around, we're gonna probably just, as we always say, progress on 3 characters, 1 tank, 1 healer, 1 DPS. So we're gonna start off at the beginning here with the Warlock. I ended up getting 1 mythic dungeon done, but I did get 8 delves on the Warlock done. So we'll see what we end up getting item-wise at least, and I'm kind of hoping we get something decent, but not going to hold my breath. So we've got a champion trinket. Mastery's not that great for Destro right now, so I'm not too worried about that. We do have a hero trinket, the Void Touched Fragment. Slaying an enemy guarantees a Void Fragment once you get 15. Another mastery proc trinket. And then the other 2 choices that we have are some hero gloves with crit mastery, and then some crit mastery bracers. So the game really wants me to gather up some mastery at this point. But the trinkets I'm not terribly worried about because they're both mastery trinkets, right? The bracers, we use a crafted slot there. So I think that the Warlock has to take the item level on the gloves and then look into catalyzing that later on. So Warlock getting gloves, that's not too bad. And it looks like we are going to get a Mythic Keystone. So let's see what that is. We got a +2 Operation Floodgate on the Warlock. The other 2 characters that we're going to start out with this season, we've got the Warrior that we're going to be tanking on, and then we've got the Shaman that we're going to be healing on. The Shaman, I did more dungeons than the Warlock, but less delves, so it'll be kind of a trade-off when it comes to the vault that we're opening up here. I should have 2 dungeon options from doing the Mythic Zeros, and I should have 2 delve options. So still quite a few choices, still 4 choices, just kind of spread out a little bit differently than what I had on the Warlock. And we are in Restoration Loot Spec. I made that mistake in the first dungeon we ran last week, and I ended up getting this enhancement weapon from the current season, so that was kind of a bummer. But let's see what happens. All right, this guy. We've got champion tier shoulders. We've got a crit haste necklace, which isn't bad. That's a lot of crit. That's pretty solid. Some crit verse, which are really good pants that are hero, and then a crit verse neck, which is hero. So really, I think that the pants are probably going to be the better choice. Unless we're going for straight item level and then the necklace comes out on top there. We'd be able to catalyze this in the future for tier, so that could be worth it. But that's a tough call, realistically. We're going to take the pants and we're not going to think too hard about it. So Shaman got some pants and got a +2 Dawnbreaker. And now the character that I'm probably going to be playing the most throughout this season is going to be the Warrior here. So we should have 3 hero delve options on him, and we should have the 2 M0 options as well from his dungeon track. So should have 5 options, more than we've had for previous characters. At least this week. And then next week, I'm hoping we can fill these vaults out quite a bit. Try to get some normal runs over the weekend, at least on the Warrior and the Warlock. And then some more dungeons and delves and just start filling out gear slots. So we're in our protection loot spec. We did get quite a few drops last week. We got a ring, a weapon, a shield. We got a lot. Wow. That's a pretty solid vault for the Warrior. Right? I got a choice between Champion Signet, Champion Pacemaker. Probably not going to take either one of those. But then I have 3 options for tier. All hero. So if we're looking at just raw item level and stat gain. What are you doing? Dog's trying to get the ice pack that I had on the other chair. But if we're looking for just raw item level gain, we're more than likely going to take the pants. The helmet is a little bit better statted for us, It really doesn't matter too much, if I'm being completely honest. So we're going to take the helmet. We're just going to take the helmet and move on from there. So there's tons of fun stuff to do this week. We need to get a Dawnbreaker 2 on this guy as well. But there's tons of fun stuff to do this week. The LFR First Wing for Manaforge Omega, first 3 bosses, is out, so we can go ahead and we can run that. Mythic Plus Dungeons are out this week, so make sure that you're doing that. There's Wrath of the Lich King Time Walking is going on, so you can do 5 Time Walking dungeons, get yourself a normal piece of raid gear, and then you can also do Ulduar. Lots of groups host skips straight to Yogg-Saron. You do the skip, get to Yogg-Saron, run that, and you get a hero piece of gear from Ulduar. Still hero piece. I believe those can be catalyzed as well, so could end up, helping you get a little bit of a spread of what's going on when it comes to different gear slots and everything like that. Then the rest of the storyline, I believe, if not all of it, the next upgrade at least for our cloaks is up, and yeah, there's just quite a lot to do. Start doing all the bountiful delves. Start progressing that, because we'll be able to get our delvers bounties once we get to the second track of progress here in the delves. Once we get here, we can start getting delvers bounties. Don't know about how long that's going to take, but we'll kind of see. We're going to go live here in just a little bit once I make some edits to some stuff in the background here. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. I'm looking forward to hear what everybody got in their first vaults, and we'll try to start filling these out for the coming weeks, and I'm excited to see everybody's progress throughout the rest of The War Within Season 3. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys later tonight when I go live.